My name's Jeff, you're watching Chit Chat, and today I'm going to unbox a couple games that I bought recently. A couple weeks back, Game Nerds had a pretty big sale. I went into that sale not planning to buy anything, but sitting in front of me are a couple games I ended up buying anyway. So, yeah, so I guess what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at unboxing these and dive right in. I know very little about these games, so what my goal with this video is to honestly just open them up, see what they're about. I'm actually going to kind of give like my guesses as to what these games are about. So my hope is that for you watching this video, anything I say that's right or wrong, I want to hear it. All right, I'm going to make sure this camera's on. All right, we're still good. I'm going to start with Camel Up. You can see I bought two. I got Camel Up and Space Base. Let's go ahead and look at Camel Up first. This was one of the first games that went live on the sale, and I waited a while before I decided to jump on it. And the reason I decided to buy it is because in different threads, people will ask like, okay, so what game were you shocked by how good it was? Or what game did you have a ton of fun with lately? Camel Up is always mentioned in those threads. It's a pretty simple game is my understanding. It can be played very easily with families. It can be taught very easily. Kids can play it. It's kind of a beer and pretzels game, so if you just want to hang out with friends and catch up, but have a game going on in the middle of it. I think that this game fits the bill. Again, these are all my assumptions, so if you know more about these games than I do, put it in the comments and let me know where I'm right and wrong. So I'll go ahead and open it up, and then we'll kind of talk about what I'm seeing. My goal is to kind of just have a little bit of fun with opening new games. I don't know if you can see much here, but here's what I think this game is about based on the very little I've read about it and the box art. So I think the box art is implying, I see camels racing along a trail. So I think it's implying that there's a race. Now I don't know if we as the player are riding these camels or if the camels are just racing and we're watching. I don't really know. So let's read the box and then we'll open it up. So Camel Up. These camels have it made in the shade of a giant 3D palm tree. Camel Up, the award-winning game about the craziest camel race, just got even crazier. The race now includes new contestants, camels that are so crazy that they start the race running in the wrong direction. That's not all that's new. The track has been significantly enhanced since your last visit. It now includes new art and components. Place your bets on fun. Okay, so I think the way this works is that there's a camel race going on and we're all gamblers betting on who we think is going to win. It looks like these camels have different colors. There's dice. There's this 3D pyramid and a 3D palm tree, it looks like. So yeah, I think we're gamblers. So I love that. All right. We have the rule book, and I think this is the second edition. On the back, part of that description talked about how it's been enhanced, and I think this is the second edition of this game. All right, the rule book is, I'm not going to go through it, but it's not that long. It's pretty good. We got some cardboard pieces. Again, I'm not going to go and I'm going to make sure that my camera can see this, but they're normal cardboard pieces there. I'm guessing, yeah, I don't know the betting system. I'm like looking at each of these things. I don't really know. Maybe you bet on its placement and that's how many coins you win. Because it looks like if you bet that they're gonna win, you get the most. I'm not really sure. Then here's the track. Oh wow! All right. Well, this is cool. This 3D palm tree is just built into the board. It's almost like a 3D pop-up like book. I did not expect that. That is really cool. I actually thought it was going to be like a cardboard standee that I'd have to pull out of the box, but no, it's just like, it's a thinner, it's like a harder cardstock kind of thing. Thinner than a playing card, I think. I'm all about table presence, and when you have something that sticks upwards, like photosynthesis, for example, has a bunch of really beautiful trees on the board. And this is really, actually, really neat. I didn't realize that that's how it worked, so that's actually really cool. So here's the racetrack it looks like. Here's the different colors of camels. I wonder if they, it almost looks like those are like pit stops in a way, but I don't know if that's how it works. And then, yeah, these might be shops actually where you buy things. Well, wow, I did not expect the tree to open up like that. And for having like a fully three-dimensional tree, this actually folds up just like any other board game thing, board game board. There's a pyramid, and it has this like, you can like push it. So I don't know how this works. There's a cover, there's the completion of the pyramid. I think it goes in the middle of the map. And if I had to guess, I think you put dice in it. So maybe this is some sort of a little dice tower thing. I'm not really sure. The plastic feels good. Little spring-loaded button here feels fine. It looks good assembled. All right, then we have dice. So there's 6 dice. They all have different colors. For some reason, this gray die has, it's like a D3. So it's got 1, 2, 3 that are black colored and 1, 2, 3 that are white colored. All the other dice are, well, they're all D3s, but the only one that has like 2 different colors going on is the gray one. So I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I guess we'll find out when we learn how to play the game. Then we have some cards, smaller deck of cards. Then we get into kind of the fun things. So we have some camels and we have some plastic coins. So let's take a look at these real quick. All right, so the camels have a bit of weight to them. Yeah, they feel really good. You can see they stack incredibly easily. So I think that there must be some sort of a stacking mechanic, because on the game board, the spaces are plenty big. Whoa, oh no. Camel down. All right, the camels they got some good weight to them. And again, like the spaces are plenty big, so I don't know if the stacking is to make sure that they all fit on a space, or if there's actually like a carry mechanic. I'm not really sure. I almost wonder if like they can stack and then the upper ones gain the benefit of when like the lower one moves. I don't know. No idea. I do like the weight that they have. They're like a plastic. And then coins. So they have 2 coin types, it looks like. Let me put these back in here. There are 5 value coins. They're pretty thick plastic. You know, nothing. Yeah, these are good. And then they have 1 value coins. All right, we'll put these back real quick, and then we'll kind of wrap up Camel up. The one other thing I want to point out, though, and I'll show it in a second, is the insert that comes with this game. It appears to be pretty functional, so we'll kind of see, like, as I put things back, if it actually is. So I don't know if you can see into the box very well here, but there's a lot of, so I'll kind of put stuff where it goes. So I think the cards went here. You know, there's like, it says there's like numbers in here and stuff, and I don't really know. Like it says there's 1, so there's 1 piece that goes there, 1 piece goes there, 6 go here. Oh, I see. So the coins, so if I didn't want to baggy the coins, I could put them there and there. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 7 camels, which would go here. And then I think the idea is that the coins get put away. So anyway, it looks like a pretty functional insert if you don't want things baggied. The big question is, if I were to take the coins out of the baggies and put them in the box, is it tight enough where I feel comfortable doing that, where it's not going to be just a mess when I open the box? I can't tell. So that's Camel Up. We'll go ahead and move on to Space Base now. And I don't know, I might do a how to play video for this, we'll see. But great looking game. All right, now let's move into Space Base. This is another game I know even less about Space Base. There's one description that I've heard for this game, which is, it gets compared to Machikoro a lot. I don't know. Published by Alderac, or AEG, and I tend to like a lot of their games. Space Base, I don't want to read all of this because there's a lot of text here. It's an intergalactic dice game of fleet management for 2 to 5 Space Base Commodores. And by the way, Camel Up, let me go back to that. Camel Up is a game that is 3 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, and 30 minutes. So, Space Base is a 60-minute game, 2 to 5 players, and ages 14 and up. United Earth Services needs you. As the Commodore of a space base, your job is to draft new ships into your fleet to work and patrol the 12 sectors under your watch. Use cargo vessels, mining ships, and deploy carriers to earn profits and expand your influence. Only one space-based Commodore will be promoted to UES Admiral of the Fleet. So it's a dice game where players draft ships into their space base every turn. No matter whose turn, players harvest rewards from their space base, whether those rewards are an increase to your baseline income, credits for the next turn, influence, or some other powerful effect that will lead you to victory. It does sound a bit like Machikoro. The art here, you can kind of see it's got that thing that it doesn't really have much like texture to it, but some of it's shiny and some of it isn't. The box is also considerably smaller than like Camel Up. Pretty small game. We have the rule book, this rule book, 32 pages, you can see here, far more involved than Camel Up, but it looks like a very beautiful rule book, very colorful. It looks pretty easy to read. I think a lot of this, like you can see, like even here, I just randomly opened this. It says regular rewards cards in detail. So I think a lot of this, in fact, even here, page 16 is where it talks about the end of the game. So, I mean, I have a feeling that a lot of this is helpful information and big examples across the bottom of the pages that, I mean, I don't know. It's 32 pages, but I'm guessing the game is far simpler than that. There's even up here that you can learn to play right there. Or you can stick to this channel because I might teach how to play this game in the future. Let me know in the comments if you'd want to see that. All right. So, in the box, we have 2 dice. They are D6s. They have a really nice, like, transparent blue color with speckles in it and on it. There is a spaceship where the 1 would be. So I don't know if you can see that. Pretty standard, but they look really nice. And then we have some cubes. These are like translucent cubes. They are, you know, what's really cool about these actually is a lot of games that have these little translucent cubes have seams on them that are really apparent. And I'm actually struggling to find any seams on these. So that's pretty good. Yeah, these are really cool. They're not quite as like gummy looking as like King of Tokyo's little pieces, but they look really nice. I like colorful little translucent cubes, so that's fun. We have a couple card decks. So this is really interesting actually. They're tall. You can see like these cards are not normal sized cards. They're very like skinny. Okay, so these must be the player boards. There's 5 of them. Oh, and that's actually everything that's in the box. So let's go ahead and open one of these because I'm guessing they're all the same. All right, we have a very colorful playmat. And looking at, you can see why they want you to have these like skinnier cards, because there's a total of 12 slots up here that you may be using. And then it looks like there's 3 tracks on the bottom. One is related to coins, one has a planet on it, and one has a spaceship or a rocket ship. So there must be 3 forms of currency in this game, I'm guessing. But it's a very pretty board, and if we look at the, I think it's at the back of the box here, you can see the setup is, you know, basically everyone has one of these boards in front of them. There's a starting player card that'll move around the table, and then it looks like there's 3 rows that you can buy cards from, and then there's like another 2x6 grid of cards above that one. I'm guessing that these are all like, if the comparisons to Machi Koro are true, which I'm guessing they are because I'm just looking at the game and it looks pretty similar. It's a very simple setup game. Like, it's just a bunch of cards, you shuffle them, lay them up. That's like your store where you can purchase cards from. I'm guessing like there's kind of 2 sets. One is a bunch of random cards that'll come up, and the other is more of a grouping of cards that are available to everyone. And maybe they, like, as you progress through the game, there's better and better cards up there. I'm not really sure, but it looks really fun. So I love games where you are doing something on other people's turns. So I think this game does that. The insert is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Yeah, fun, you know, on the side of each of the box sides of the inner box, I should say, there's some fun flavor text. Fun, cute artwork. All right. So that's Space. Pretty easy little box to get everything in and out. And again, with the game just consisting of, you know, 5 player boards and a bunch of cards, a couple dice and some cubes, like pretty straightforward setup. And I think it's probably going to be a pretty easy game to teach. The rulebook does look a little bit more intensive, but, you know, and even the ages 14 and up, I've read online that a lot of people play with younger kids than that. I don't imagine this being that complicated of a game. So that about does it, I think. So again, thank you for watching. I bought a couple new games from Game Nerds during their big sale a couple weeks ago. We looked at Camel Up today, and we looked at Space. For more videos of unboxing new games that I buy, if you want to watch any how to play videos, and just news information in general, please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll have more content as we go. So hey, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.